This video is going to talk you through the Faldo drill. This is a great drill if you struggle to get the correct wrist hinge in the backswing. So the purpose of the Faldo drill, which was made famous many years back by Nick Faldo, where he used to practice a lot with this preset wrist hinge in the backswing and then finish his backswing from there and hit shots. It's the pre-setting of the wrists which is designed to help you achieve the correct amount of wrist hinge in the backswing just as you start the swing. So it's removing the need to get the complex wrist motion perfectly correct during the backswing motion. The Faldo drill works by pre-setting the wrist angles at setup and then learning to swing back and through from there. It's really one of my favorite drills. It does a number of things to tidy up my own swing, and I've seen it have tremendous benefits in some of the students that I apply it with. It helps if you struggle with excessive wrist motion in the backswing, too much wrist flexing or hinging. It also helps if you struggle to hinge your wrists sufficiently. That's often a problem where beginner golfers would think that they've got to keep their arms completely straight and they don't end up adding too much wrist and therefore they're lacking power. This drill can really help you regardless of which end of the spectrum you're on. It's really that Goldilocks drill, not too much, not too little, but just the right amount. So the way that you're going to do this is to preset the wrists at setup to the point where the shaft is parallel to the ground. So I'm literally hinging my wrists to the point where the shaft is parallel to the ground and it's running along the toe line of my feet, more or less my target line effectively. So it's quite literally just setting the wrist angles, holding it in position, and then learning to finish the backswing and swing through from there. The app will guide you on all of this as to whether you're doing too much or too little. So let me show you how that works. So as we open the drill section of the HackMotion app, I can see the Faldo drill, which I'm going to select. It says reach a solid top position with just the right amount of wrist hinge. I'm going to start the drill. I'm using an 8-iron here. You could use any club in your bag. This drill will work for all your clubs, and HackMotion will help you based on the club that you select. Once I've selected the club that I want to hit, I'm going to get into my setup position, and the first thing I'm going to do is wait for the signal to move into position. Now that first position that I'm trying to set is just to preset my wrists, and I'm going to get a gauge here on the screen. If I had the wrist too flexed or too extended, I'd move out of range. It's a really helpful part of the exercise. So many people get this first part of it incorrect, and that really is the drill. Learning to get the wrist set piece correct here is the correct way to do it. Make sure you get that bit right. Learn to put the club in position. I'll get the feedback telling me that I've got it in the right spot, both on the app, and I'm getting the biofeedback through the sensor. Complete my swing, and then turn through. I'm hitting the ball here as I do this immediately. You don't need to start out doing it like that. It can seem quite daunting sometimes to try to hit the ball and as you're trying to coordinate all the other pieces. So start out without the ball. It's perfectly fine to do this exercise without the ball. Take your setup. You get the feedback when you're ready to start the swing. Set the wrist. Need to take some extension out there. Good. I'm in position. Go to the top and swing through. Rep captured. I did a good job. One more time. I'd also tell you that you could stop at the top here and just check that you're in the right spot. Set the wrist, go to the top, and it will tell me that I really managed to get to the top of the swing without altering these wrist angles too much. And that's really the purpose of this drill. Presetting good wrist angles, like so, and then learning to take those wrist angles with me all the way to the top. Okay, I was too hinged there. I need to do that one more time. Set up, preset the wrist, take it to the top. Yeah, feels good. So if you struggle with the correct amount of wrist hinge in the backswing, this exercise is a great way for you to start to learn what it should feel like at the top of the swing. Then you should progress into hitting shots with the drill. Preset, go to the top, and hit. It does a tremendous job of, for me at least, sequencing and synchronizing my motions and stopping me from getting too quick with my arms or too quick with my body. It really feels like it glues a lot of things together. Spend some time doing that exercise, hitting a few balls, and then you can go back to hitting balls normally if you're ready to do so. But always use this drill as a place that you can go back to help you train better wrist angles and a better top of the backswing position with all of your clubs.